think we would like to talk a little bit about maintenance. You know, I think statistics has kind of shown that marathons generally do have a slightly older audience or older runners. I don't know whether it's a midlife crisis thing, you know, but you know, it is endurance sports now. We do see a lot of older, and surprisingly, actually, the high performance athletes actually are in their 40s or even their late 30s and onwards. I think being their age, I think we all know we're a little bit older. I think the body, of course, it's nice to know that we can still perform at that level, but Nat, tell me, you hit your big 5 this year. Oh my God, you look amazing, you know, at your age, you know. So, what is your little tip, you know, on keeping yourself so good at this age, and how do you actually, I think, maintenance and care for the body as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, what is your I would say, I don't know, I don't want to say maintenance, but how do you keep up, and you know, how do you actually really keep yourself up at this age, you know, doing more? I don't see you stopping racing and training, and yeah. So share with us. Give me some secret here. I need that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're exactly right. We're seeing, especially even in ultra races, like the audience is much older now, and it's amazing that everyone's running these races, marathons, 100Ks, whatever it is, at an older age and being competitive. And it is down to maintenance. I think something people forget about is strength work. So it's not just pounding the pavement or the trails and getting out there, it's actually thinking about retaining that muscle mass that you have, because we lose it all very fast as we age. So working on some strength work, and you know, people should dedicate as much time to that as they do to running. It's certainly important. Back to what we were saying before, it's that sleep and fueling and most definitely hydration. So making sure that we're looking after our bodies on the inside and the outside. And I think, you know, we all want to be doing this for a long time, so it's about having fun and finding your crew and enjoying what you're doing. So, you know, half the battle is getting out of bed and going for that run in the morning, but if you've got friends that are going to keep you honest, or if you know, are enjoying the experience, then I think mentally, you know, that's super important for maintenance. It's something that we maybe don't think about so often. And you know, I'm coming back off my first injury at 50, and I had to take 6 weeks out to rest and whatever, which nearly killed me. But I think, you know, it's given me a chance to take a step back and look at even the strength work that I was doing, and reassessing that and looking at what I need to work on for the longer term. So, you know, taking time out to do that, I encourage everyone, no matter what age, to sort of take a step back sometimes and reassess what they're doing.
Yeah, I think it's important because it's also a mental thing, right? I think you just need to keep, so it's not just pounding and, you know, lacing up and running more, right? But I think the rest and recovery, I think we need to take a lot of tips from you. Looking at how you look at this age, wow, you're an inspiration, you know. Yeah. So, but Mr. Ho, I mean, coming back as well, I think you know that, you know, endurance sports being something that's so popular now with the older age. I think supplement is also something I find people don't take when they are much younger as well. You know, I think the younger individuals sometimes always think I'm younger. I'm probably body-wise and everything, I'm a lot more fit, and you know, I don't need that, right? So when we talk a lot about taking glucosamine or even calcium or everything, you always think my mom's needs it, right? The older you are, you need and all, you know. And even as an athlete as well, we don't see the need. I think now, I guess, because we're running more, I think we're a little bit more conscious. I'm in my mid-40s now. Definitely, I would think I want my joints to be, you know, in a good care, you know. But what would be your advice? I think to also kind of think, but the supplement only is needed when you're much older and you're doing more, or you know, whether you should actually start young, and it actually helps you to see you through, you know. I think that the best word we use here is longevity, right? That's how could we actually see someone doing a long endurance sport. I mean, endurance sports is demanding, you know. So share with us, you know, what do you think kind of adequate maintenance should be, you know, for somebody who is older, or whether, and if, should the young ones actually, you know, start taking it?
Yeah, I think firstly, I think what Nat says correctly is like when we start to get older, or start to get, well, probably like 40s, you know, one important thing is like muscle mass. aging will actually reduce our muscle mass. That's nothing we could do about it, but we need to sort of slow down, the loss of our muscle mass, because muscle mass meant strength, meant recovery. The higher your muscle mass is, the better recovery you have, the more strength you have, right? And one of the things that they could do is actually eating fish oil. Fish oil omega-3 has been found to actually able to increase muscle mass, especially in aging people, like 40 and above, And when you are in endurance sports, you tend to need more of that. And number two, the next thing that one needs to protect or needs to take care is their joints, especially their cartilage. When you run, you tend to put a lot of pressure on your kneecaps. And also the tendons. You were saying that you had some injuries.
Yes.
I'm not sure what injuries that you
Runner's
have.
knee, good old runner's knee.
That's your patellar tendon.
Yes.
That's the patellar tendons. And then another common injuries that runners will have will be the Achilles. The Achilles, which is actually they need the protections, and they need supplements as the nutrients to able to give them the strength, give them the nutrients that they need to protect them. And I would personally recommend eggshell membrane. Well, eggshell membrane provides all these nutrients that you need. It contains the collagens needed for our tendons, needed for our cartilage, needed for our ligaments. And then it contains elastins, that's very important too, to give us the elasticity of our cartilage or joints. And then it also gives us, more importantly, GAG, glycosaminoglycans, which is the nutrients found exclusively in the cartilage, like chondroitin, hyaluronic acid, that belongs to this GAG, which actually holds the water in our joints. So we need water to be there. We need them to keep our cartilage to be supple, to be strong with collagens, but to be able to hold all these strengths or all this stress hit on us during our trainings. And that is really important especially when you talk about 40 and above, where all our metabolism start to slow down. We need to keep up. And the word of longevity that I was thinking, another word that probably would be, to me, that would be a better word, is like to sustain, the sustainability.
Yes.
To sustain as long as we want,
Yes.
that we
I need to start taking that then.
With no pain, and then with less injury, and protects ourselves for a longevity, or a sustainable run or sustainable exercise that we could have.
I think that what we want to do is be able to do as long as we can, right? Cool. So we have the eggshell membrane as well. And hyaluronic acid is also something that's very common in the market.
Hyaluronic is for, we will suggest for people who actually find that the joints are dry. They have some cracking sound when they run.
Yes.
Probably not common for you, but it's quite common for me. Especially when I start to walk and then start to run. I don't run a lot.
So it's maybe something for beginners, that if they're getting into running and their bodies aren't ready for it.
And then they start to have that aching and then the cracking sound, when they wake up in the morning or they climb up the staircase, they can find some cracking sound. I think that is a cause or a reason because the cartilage become dry. And therefore you need this hyaluronic acid, which is the one of very important liquid in our joints, which actually give us the lubricant that we need, and also given us the nutrients that we need for our cartilage cells. So supplementing with this is for those people who actually have that problems.
And we mentioned earlier that supplements doesn't always start with somebody who's a lot older, right? I think it's all about starting from I think it's
as young as possible.
As young as possible.
Yes. Preventative rather than reactive, right?
Okay. It's nice to I hope runners do get all those tips. I think it's a very fun time. Please, I think for what we see here is the tips that Natalie has shared and Mr. Ho. I think we want your training journey to be fun. I think what you want is basically to be able to train efficiently. I think strong and really enjoy the journey of and toe the race confidently. Yeah, so I think these are some of the key points I think we love to share with runners during this season. But they'd like to learn a little bit more about the products, get on to Kordel's website at www.kordel.com.sg. There's some little features there that you can also learn a little bit about, a lot of stuff on how to supplement well, for runners in general. And but thank you for your time. I think it is actually a wonderful time to have two very special guests, to share all these insight tips. We hope you enjoy the session. And thank you, guys.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing everyone on the start line at the marathon.
Yeah. Train well, and we'll see you all at the start line. Yeah, thanks.